Even though the United States lost to the Republic of Gilead more than 7 years ago, The Handmaid's Tale's sixth season shows that part of the previous country's authority still exists. Notably, the conclusion of The Handmaid's Tale Season 5 features a catastrophic blow to the U.S. Army as Gilead's own military successfully shoots down multiple American planes, in addition to a spike in anti-refugee sentiment in Canada. Tensions are rising, and the battle is nearing a pivotal moment as Season 6 picks up exactly where Season 5 left off. With storylines coming together in an all-front build-up toward a final uprising to recover former U.S. territory and guarantee the freedom of women and children, reviews for Season 6 of The Handmaid's Tale indicated that the second half was worth the wait. The success of the resistance will depend on important partnerships both inside and outside of Gilead as the characters in The Handmaid's Tale Season 6 assume their respective roles in the revolution. Notably, New Bethlehem's international backing and Lawrence's trade drive have shifted the balance of power in favor of Gilead, making it less likely that the United States would destroy Gilead. The United States has power in Canada, but it's dwindling. Characters like Luke, O.T. Fagbenley, and Moira, Samira Wiley, spend most of their time in Little America, a community in Toronto, which is depicted at the beginning of The Handmaid's Tale as a safe haven for American refugees. At first, the northern nation was very supportive, even permitting the U.S. government in exile to have offices in Canadian cities. Interestingly, American Ambassador Mark Tuello, Sam Yeager, often collaborated with the International Criminal Court and the Canadian military to bring Gilead offenders to justice. But by Season 4, Bradley Whitford's character, Commander Lawrence, clarifies it that American resources are running low and that the government's power is waning. Rising fertility rates in Gilead relative to other industrialized nations, and Serena's Yvonne Strahovski strategic arc as a global ambassador in The Handmaid's Tale both contribute to the United States' decline. Her image appeals to a universal yearning for order and belief. American refugees put an unmanageable burden on Canada, adds a Canadian ambassador in New Bethlehem, indicating a growing political and popular impatience. This statement strongly suggests that Canada may soon close its American offices and shelters. Since the demonstrations shown in Seasons 4 and 5, this change has been long overdue, and Tuello essentially confirmed that the Canadian cabinet is thinking about normalizing relations with Gilead. In addition to the public's rising dissatisfaction with the refugee problem, Canada and other nations' supportive posture is influenced by Gilead's expanding military might, as well as its promises of free commerce and higher fertility. Gilead's New Bethlehem plan, which permits repatriation and the opportunity to reconcile with family, is also being utilized to rebrand the Republic, taking advantage of the anti-refugee sentiment. Can the United States ever defeat Gilead? The United States will eventually lose its reputation if most refugees go back to Gilead and Canada shuts down its American offices. But history indicates that New Bethlehem is unlikely to be a safe place for refugees who are still perceived as traitors. Although Lawrence seems serious in his attempts to stop human rights abuses and rehabilitate Gilead's theocracy, it is clear that he underestimates Commander Wharton's Josh Charles' goals in The Handmaid's Tale. Even while Gilead is currently attracting international attention, it's doubtful that other nations would be willing to ignore the violence against refugees in the present circumstances. When he tells Nick, Max Minghella, that June would like to meet, the German ambassador in The Handmaid's Tale is obviously an ally of the United States. Tuello has teamed up with Mayday, the network that is attempting to destroy Gilead from within. The Handmaid's Tale's sixth season teaser implies that the American forces are getting ready for a final battle, despite Gilead just dealing a serious blow to the U.S. Army by taking down many planes. Although Mayday's exact numbers are unknown, a large-scale rebellion might eventually be possible with the help of former American soldiers, rebels in small towns, and refugees.